Good day, my friends. Let's learn something new today. Great, wonderful. As you can see, this is going to be something to do with roads. And of course, the topic is road tax. Yeah, every government is out to collect money by you. The objectives of this lesson, of the road tax lesson, is going to be you'll be able to define road tax and explain why governments collect it. Wow. Also, the students will be able to identify the factors that affect the amount of road tax that you have to pay. Also, you'll be able to calculate the amount of road tax paid using a given formula. Wow, they've even got a special formula for it too. And also, of course, you'll be able to research road tax in your own communities and explore how it affects your family on the roads they use. Wow, now that's a whole lot said. Great, now that we know something about road tax, let's see what is road tax. Okay, road tax is a tax that vehicle owners pay to use their vehicles on public roads. The amount of road tax you pay depends on a number of factors, including the type of vehicle you own, the size of its engine, the fuel it uses, the mass it can carry, etc. There are many factors that will influence the road tax that you'll be paying, and we'll be looking into some of them in the next slide. Let's look at the factors that affect the amount of road tax that you will be paying. There are a number of factors that can affect the amount of tax or road tax that you pay. Some of these factors will include things like the type of vehicle you own, like a car, a motorcycle, a bus, a truck maybe, a train. Wow, no, they don't use roads, eh? The size of its engine, of course, the bigger the engine is, the more tax you'll be paying. The fuel type, for instance, like an electric car will pay lower road tax because the emission gases have got no emission gases. Its age, depending on how old your car is, of course. And also the emissions that your car release into the atmosphere. These are all factors that can influence. There are some more that I can think of quickly, and that is like the mass the car can carry or the truck can carry. The bigger the truck, of course, the higher your road tax is going to be, because the vehicles that do the most damage to roads is, of course, trucks that are overloaded. And that is why you'll find on many roads there are weigh bridges where they are weighing the weight the truck is carrying on every axle, because every axle has got a maximum load, I think, of 8,000 kilogram that it can carry. And anything more than that, you could get a huge fine, and they can also make you offload your truck. That's a little bit about the factors that affect road tax. How is road tax calculated? Let's go for it and see. The amount of road tax you pay is calculated using a formula. The formula is the road tax equals tax rate times vehicle value. Now, many countries assign a value here to a car or to a vehicle, a specific vehicle. Others have just got a laid down rule over here where they've got a certain number or whatever that they multiply by. But anyhow, let's continue. The tax rate is set by the government and varies depending on factors as laid out on the previous slide. We had a look at a lot of the factors that can influence the value or the road tax of your car. The vehicle value is the estimated value of your vehicle. Let's have a look at a few examples of how road tax is calculated, and maybe you'll have a better understanding of how it works, right? Let's have a look at the first one. As I said, here's a few examples to help you understand how road tax is calculated. Example 1. a car with a 1600 litre engine and a value of $10,000 would pay a road tax of $100 per year. Now please note a 1.6 litre engine is normally about a 1600 or 1600 cc. You'll see that in a later stage. Example 2, a truck with a 3 litre engine and a value of $20,000 would pay a road tax of $200 per year. As I said, I've got a special table that we'll be looking at later on. And of course, example number 3, a hybrid car with a 1500 litre engine and a value of $15,000 would pay a road tax of $75 per year. Of course, because it's got an electric, as a hybrid, it's got part electric, so the tax rate will be lower because it's got lower emissions. Let's have an example. Let's have a look at an example calculation of calculating the road tax on a vehicle. Let's assume the following scenario. A vehicle, a gasoline powered car with a 2 litre engine, that's 2000 cc. The tax rate is $50 per 1000 cc of engine capacity, and here is a 2 litre is 2000. That is 1000 cc is 1 litre. The vehicle value is $15,000. Determine the tax rate per litre. Since the tax rate is given per 1000 cc, which equals to 1 litre, the tax rate per litre is $50. So multiply the tax rate per litre by the engine capacity, which is 50 litre then per litre, which gives us 2 litres times 2 litres equals us with $100. So therefore the road tax on this vehicle would be $100 per year. Now guys, this is just a very simple example. We'll be going into a lot more detail in the next slide on how to calculate the road tax of a vehicle. Righto, let's go and do one more example over here, and in this one you will be calculating the road tax of a vehicle. Righto, let's have a look at it. Let's assume the following scenario. Calculate the annual road tax for a car with an engine capacity of 1800 cc. Here is a table that's giving us the different engine capacities. EC, engine capacity road tax formula per annum in dollars. Right. As you can see, the engine capacity of smaller or equal up to 600 cc is a flat rate of $400. And of course, here we've got 600 cc, and then to equal or 1 to 1000 cc or 1 litre, of course, or 1000 cc. And that's how the whole table goes. But now our car is going to be 1800 cc, so we will be having to look above 1600 but below 3000 cc. So we'll be using this row over here. That is the information that we'll be using to calculate the road tax on our car. Wow, we are really getting rocket scientists over here.
Hey, do not cheat. Pause the video.
Great, I think you also have done your solution, so let's have a look and check and see if you've got your solution correct. And if not, please guys, correct it. If you do not understand, just watch the video once again. The annual road tax for our car of engine capacity of 1800 cc. From the road tax table, the formula is, it's the table on the previous slide, 1600 cc. The engine capacity is above 1600 cc but smaller than 3000 cc, so that equals us with 950, which is normally this year is calculated the value or whatever you want to call it from the car. The government's got a certain way that they calculate these values out over here. Plus 1.5 times engine capacity minus 1600. So it's 950 plus 1.5 times 1800 minus 1600. So it gives us 950 plus 350, and it gives us a total of $1,250. Yo, that's quite high, huh? Anyhow, check your solution and correct where needed. Guys, please, if you do not understand it, try to calculate one or two more. You can just take a guess for any car CC and do the calculation. And if you do not understand it, please watch the video one or two more times until you understand it and you can do it. Thanks very much for viewing.